This is a summary of the book, Focus on What Matters, presented by the Story Hub. Chapter 1. Not every task is necessary. Have you ever wondered why, after running around all day, we feel we haven't achieved anything important? We make ourselves busy from morning till night, answering emails, checking messages on WhatsApp, attending random calls, and being busy with mobile notifications. But still, at the end of the day, there remains a void in our hearts. It feels like we didn't really do what could have genuinely moved us forward. Actually, this is the biggest mistake. We forget to differentiate between important and urgent things. Not everything that seems urgent is necessarily truly important. For example, suppose you have a big exam to take or your dream project to start, but suddenly a friend calls and says, "Brother, it's urgent. Talk to me now." You get entangled in that conversation. After the call ends, you feel your entire concentration is lost. This is the real trap, the trap of urgency. And the funny thing is that we set this trap ourselves. Think for a while. If we keep reacting every time something seems urgent, then when will our dreams and our real goals be fulfilled? This is why Darius Foros says the secret of success is not that you take action on everything, but that you focus on the right things. We have been taught since childhood that if you stay busy, life will be good. But no one tells you that being busy and being productive are two different things. When you get caught up in every small distraction, you move away from your real dreams without even realizing it. It's just like running a marathon, but stopping at every short distance to take selfies. How will you reach your destination then? So, understand the first rule. It is not necessary to do every task. It is important to do only those things that will genuinely take you closer to your goal. Now, the question arises, how do you identify which work is really important? This is a very simple method. Ask your heart, will this job accomplish my goal? If the answer is yes, then only put energy into it. If the answer is no, then no matter how urgent it may seem, learn to politely ignore it. For example, if your dream is to build a great business, then instead of watching random videos all day, it is better to create a business strategy, explore new ideas, or improve your skills, because that's the real work. Everything else is just distractions. A small story comes to mind here. Once an old farmer explained to his son, "Son, if you start throwing stones at every barking dog, you will never reach your goal. Your job is to focus on the straight path and not on every distraction." This should be our philosophy too. It is better to pay attention to every noise, every notification, every urgency, and keep moving steadily towards your dream. Now think, if you do just one thing every day that can really change your life, where can your life reach in 365 days? Imagine this, just take one small, meaningful step every day. Rows seem very slow in the beginning, but after a few months, when you look back, you will be proud of yourself. And this is the real secret. It's easy to look busy, but in reality, staying focused is the art that changes life. In the next chapter, we'll talk about a mindset that will save you from daily distractions and take you towards your biggest dreams. Chapter 2. Step out of the crowd and follow your own path. Every morning when you pick up your mobile is the first thing you get a glimpse of other people's lives. Someone is traveling on Instagram. There's a photo of someone's new car on WhatsApp. Someone has posted a new job on LinkedIn. And slowly a slight uneasiness begins to settle in our hearts. Everyone is moving ahead. Why was I left behind? This is the biggest mistake. Comparing yourself to the crowd. Darius Foros says that if you always keep running in others' races, you will never be able to win your own race. Just think, if a farmer who grows mangoes keeps looking at the apple orchard every day, will he ever be able to grow good mangoes? He has to look after his farm, his seeds, his crop. He has to immerse himself in his work and not in the noise of the crowd. Real success comes when you find your own path and don't copy and follow others. For example, if your dream is to make a career in writing, then don't take up an IT job just because everyone else is doing it. It will never be able to make you happy from within. It is not easy to leave the crowd. You will feel lonely and have doubts. But real satisfaction is hidden in your own path, not in the path of the crowd. Now think, if from today you focus only on your dreams and leave comparisons, how fast your growth can be in the next 1 year. In the next chapter, we will learn how to make your time your biggest investment. Let us understand the real power of our time. Chapter 3. Understand your time, change your life. Imagine you get $86,400 every day, but the condition is that whatever is left after 12 o'clock midnight will become zero. Would you spend wastefully? No, right? But we waste 86,400 seconds every day just like this, without thinking, without understanding. Darius Faroo says that the one who understands time has one life. Time is the most valuable currency. Money can be earned and can be returned, but once time is gone, it never comes back. Now the question arises, how to manage time? This is a very simple method. Every morning, ask yourself what the most important task is for today, and then focus on it throughout the day. See the example. If your goal today is to work on your side hustle, then first of all, fix a dedicated slot for it. Mobile scrolling can happen later as well, but the time for dream building never comes back. Time blocking is the most powerful technique. Focus remains intact. Now think how incredible your progress can be in a year if you consciously invest even 10% of your time every day. Now, in the next chapter, we will learn how deciding the right priorities is the real path to success. Let's learn the next step of focus. Chapter 4. Choosing the right thing is the real victory. Have you ever felt that, even after being busy the whole day, at night it feels like nothing meaningful happened? Why? Because we are often busy doing every task, but we fail in choosing the right job. The secret of success is not doing more work, but doing the right work, says Darius Faroo. Imagine if an archer fired all his arrows in random directions. Would he ever be able to hit the target? No. Focus and precision are what change the game. For example, if you decide today that you will do only those projects which are related to your long-term goal, then your effort and energy will go directly towards your dreams. The rest of the things like random meetings, unnecessary parties, and gossip will just drain energy. Choosing the right job can be uncomfortable. Sometimes you have to say no. Sometimes it feels like FOMO, fear of missing out. But remember, every time you say yes to the wrong things, you say no to your dreams. Now think if from today onwards, every day you consciously choose to do just one right thing, how different your life will be after a year. We will talk about it in the next chapter, how small consistency brings big results. Let us strengthen the foundation of our dreams. Chapter 5, Small Steps, Big Destination. Whenever we read the story of a successful person, it seems that he has achieved something big overnight. But in reality, behind every big success, there are thousands of small, boring-looking steps. Darius Faroo says consistency, not intensity, changes everything. Imagine if you work on an important skill for just 20 minutes every day. You can make more than 120 hours of progress in a year. It doesn't take more than 20 minutes to make anything visible, but the cumulative effect is a real game changer. For example, reading one page every day seems small, but 365 pages in a year could be 2 or 3 whole books. Small steps can seem boring. Immediate results are not visible, but the real magic happens slowly. Now think, if you start taking just small steps from today, how much your identity, your thinking, and your reality can change in the next 1 year. Now that moment is coming in the next chapter, where we will see the first deep eye-opener. Chapter 6 may shake your mind. Let's get ready. Chapter 6, Who is the Real Enemy? An eye-opener. Chapter 6, Who is your biggest enemy? Bad luck? Family pressure? Lack of opportunities? No, your biggest enemy is your own mind, says Darius Faroo. Distractions and excuses are the real reasons behind your biggest losses. Think. Every time you think, friend, I don't feel like it today, let's watch YouTube for a little while. Chapter 6, Who is the Real Enemy? An eye-opener. Chapter, Who is your biggest enemy? Bad luck? Family pressure? Lack of opportunities? No, your biggest enemy is your own mind, says Darius Faroo. Distractions and excuses are the real reasons behind your biggest losses. Think, every time you think, friend, I don't feel like it today. Let's watch YouTube for a little while. I will start tomorrow for sure. So these are all excuses created by your mind. The mind wants to keep you in your comfort zone because the mind's job is to protect us from risk and keep us away from trouble. But growth always happens outside of comfort. For example, if you have to go to the gym today, then your mind will say, let's start from tomorrow. But when you ignore it and go to the gym, that's when real mind control begins. Mastering the mind is not a one-day job. This is a daily struggle. Awareness is the first step. Every time your mind gives you an excuse, just ask yourself a question. Is this really helping me? Now think, if from today onwards you start catching every excuse in your mind, then how much your power can multiply in the next few months. Now, in the next chapter, we will learn how self-discipline can be transformed into a superpower. Let us strengthen our strength further. Chapter 7. Discipline is the real superpower. Imagine if there was one thing that could turn every dream of yours into reality. Be it money, health, or relationships, what would it be? That would be self-discipline. Darius Farrow says motivation may come and go, but discipline always goes with it. Relying on motivation is like waiting for the rain. Sometimes it will come, and sometimes it will not. But discipline brings its own clouds. Discipline does not mean a boring life. Discipline means putting your bigger goals above your momentary desires. See the example. If you have decided that you will read a book for 30 minutes every morning, then no matter how sleepy you are, you will get up and study. Small, disciplined acts every day add up to create your dream life. There isn't one big, heroic moment. Every day there are small decisions that write your destiny. Imagine if you take just one small step of self-discipline every day from today, then how much you will have changed yourself after a year. Now we will know in the next chapter how small habits lead to big goals. Let's learn next-level thinking. Chapter 8. Small habits, big changes. Every time we think about changing our life, big goals come to our mind. I will study for 4 hours every day. I will finish 2 books every month. But trying to do that, we get tired in 3 days. In fact, life changes with small habits. Darius Farrow says micro habits are what bring you to success. For example, write gratitude for 5 minutes every morning as soon as you wake up. Do 10 minutes of reading every night. Work out for 15 minutes every evening. These small steps may seem boring, but these are the steps that transform you into the person you want to be. The real wonder of small habits is in their compounding effect. Just like depositing a small amount of money in the bank daily turns into a big saving one day, similarly, small habits one day create a big personality. Now imagine if you adopt just 3 micro habits from today, then in the next 1 year, you can go far ahead of your old identity. In the next chapter, we will talk about the secret of energy management, because focus is not possible without energy. Let's learn to charge our inner batteries. Chapter 9. Energy is the real game changer. Has it ever happened that you start your day with excitement, but by afternoon all your enthusiasm is gone? This is the effect of energy drain. Darius Farrow says focus is possible only when your energy is high. Energy is not just physical. Mental energy and emotional energy are equally important. If the mind is tired and the heart is heavy, even if the best opportunity in the world is in front of you, you will not be able to take action. Now the question is, how to maintain energy? Take small, simple steps. Get proper sleep, at least 7 hours. Reduce processed foods, limit mobile time, walk for 15 minutes a day, and do deep breathing. For example, if you sleep properly at night, your focus and creativity in the morning will be at a different level. If you take a 5-minute break every 2 hours during the day, your mental freshness remains intact. Preventing energy leaks means maintaining a constant, high fuel level for your goals. Now think, how much the speed and impact of your life can be multiplied if your energy remains stable. Now in the next chapter, we will know how mindset changes your world. Let's take our way of thinking to the next level. Chapter 10. Mindset is everything. Many times we think, if I had more money, if I had supportive people, if I had perfect conditions. But the truth is that this problem is not outside. It is in the mindset. Darius Farrow says your mindset decides your future. See the example. Two people are in the same situation. One sees an opportunity, the second sees a problem. One who has a positive mindset finds solutions. One who has a negative mindset makes excuses. This is the real meaning of mindset, looking at everything from the perspective of a growth opportunity. Think about it. If a problem arises, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? Developing a positive mindset is a skill that comes with practice. Now think, if from today onwards, you look at every situation through a growth lens, then how much your confidence, credibility, and success will increase. Now in the next chapter, we will know the secret of deep work, which will take your focus to the next level. Let's get into deep flow. Chapter 11, Deep Work, the True Power of Meditation. Have you ever experienced this? When you are so engrossed in some work that you lose track of time? This is deep work. Darius Faroo says that anyone can have shallow focus, but only those with deep focus become real achievers. Deep work means being completely immersed in a single task without any distraction. Now the question is, how to do deep work? Some simple practices. Keep the first hour of the morning mobile free. Choose a quiet place. Do deep breathing before starting work. Use the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes of focus plus a 5-minute break. See the example. If you do deep work for 2 hours every morning, you can create a completely new skill or project in 6 months. Deep work doesn't just save you time. Deep work changes your entire life. Now think, if you do just one deep work session every day from today, where can your story reach after a year? Now we will talk about it in the next chapter. Why saying no is the biggest power move. Let's learn to create our own boundaries. Chapter 12. Say no, save your freedom. Sometimes the most important thing is to say no, but it also seems to be the most difficult. Darius Faroo says, when you say yes to everything, you are saying no to your real goals. Think, if everyone starts controlling your energy, your time, and your emotions, then what will you save for your dreams? For example, if you always get involved in a friend's sudden plans or quit your job for a random favor, then your own dreams take a back seat. Saying no is not ego. Saying no is self-respect. Learn to refuse respectfully, preserving your preferences. When you set your limits, people also start taking you seriously. Now think, if from today you say yes only to important things and no to everything else, then how focused, free, and powerful can your life become after a year? Chapter 13. Stop doing everything. Have you ever thought about it? When we try hard in every direction, trying to grab every opportunity, what do we ultimately manage to grab? Maybe nothing. Darius Faroo says, success doesn't come from how much you do, but from what you say no to. In today's world, there is distraction everywhere. Every day there are new courses, new skills, new trends, and we think, I should learn this, do that, do everything. But the truth is that one who wants to do everything ultimately masters nothing. For example, if a child starts learning cricket, guitar, coding, and painting simultaneously, will he be able to become a champion in any one thing? No. A champion is one who chooses a path and goes deep into it. Now imagine if you decide from today that you will focus all your energy on just one or two goals. So where can you be in the next few months? Now we will talk about it in the next chapter, how small decisions make big changes. Let's recognize the power of small steps. Chapter 14. Small decisions make a big difference. Have you ever thought that no matter how big your life appears, it is actually the result of thousands of small decisions? Waking up in the morning, picking up the mobile or a book, going to play a game or continuing to sleep, sending an email or procrastinating. Every small decision gradually creates a map of your life. Darius Faroo says, life is a series of small choices. Choose wisely. For example, if you choose to meditate for 5 minutes every day, your stress levels can reduce drastically within a few months. If you save $10 every day, you can have an emergency fund in a year. Small decisions seem boring. Their impact is not visible immediately. But when you add them up over time, their cumulative effect can do wonders. Now think, if you take every small decision consciously from today, then how organized, peaceful, and successful your life can become after a year. Now, in the next chapter, we will talk about the magic of consistency. Let's understand patience and persistence. Chapter 15, Consistency is the Real Magic. There is a secret in the world of success, which everyone knows about, but very few people actually follow it: consistency. Darius Farrow says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Consistency is boring. Going through the same daily routine, doing the same thing over and over again, doesn't sound glamorous, but that is where the real victory lies. For example, a writer who writes one page every day, at the end of the year owns 365 pages, a complete book. With consistency, you cement your habits. With consistency, you rewire your mind and body. Consistency transforms you from an average person to a champion. Now think, if from today you start following just one positive habit consistently, then what kind of person can you become in a year? Now we will talk about it in the next chapter, how big wins follow small fails. Let's stop being afraid of defeat. Chapter 16, Failing Forward. Many times when we fail, it feels like everything is over. But the truth is that failure never stops us from reaching our destination. It is only our thinking that stops us. Darius Farrow says, failing is learning. Without failure, there is no growth. Don't be afraid of failure. It needs a hug. It has to be understood. For example, if a businessman's first business fails, he can do two things. He can cry or he can learn. The one who learns wins next time. Failure is temporary. If you give up, only then it becomes permanent. Now think how much wisdom and strength you can accumulate in a year if you keep improving by 1% with every failure. Now in the next chapter, we are going to reach that turning point. Chapter 17 brings the eye-opener moment where a deep, thought-changing truth will be revealed. Be ready. Chapter 17, What is Real Freedom? An eye-opener. Chapters 10, By now you must have thought that freedom means earning money, traveling, roaming around, and living as per your wish. But real freedom is something else. Darius Farrow says true freedom is freedom from yourself. Freedom means freedom from your laziness, freedom from your excuses, freedom from your old limiting beliefs. Think about it. If you have to do some work, but your mind says you will do it tomorrow, then are you free? No, you are a slave to your mind. For example, if a person is financially very successful, but gets angry at every small thing, is he really free? No, he is trapped in his emotional slavery. True freedom means when you control your mind, emotions, and choices. Now think, if you start mastering your mind today, what level of inner freedom can you achieve in the next few years? Now, in the next chapter, we will talk about the real power of a growth mindset. Let's take our minds to even greater heights. Chapter 18, Change Your Life with a Growth Mindset. When you think, I will remain what I am now, you close all your possibilities. But when you say, I can learn, I can change, I can grow, then the doors start opening for you. Darius Farrow says those who grow, they win. A growth mindset means treating every failure as a step. Consider every difficulty as an opportunity. For example, if a student is weak in math and thinks that he is born weak in math, then he will never progress. But if he thinks that he can improve through practice, then gradually he can become an expert. A growth mindset is a revolution in your thinking. Now think, if from today onwards, you consider every challenge as an opportunity to learn, then how can you become unstoppable? Now in the next chapter, we will learn how to build the right network with the right people. Let's strengthen our team. Chapter 19, Connect with the right people. No one succeeds alone. The people you spend time with shape your thinking, energy, and outcomes. Darius Farrow says, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now think, if you are surrounded by negative, complaining, lazy people, then how will your energy be? But how high can you fly if you surround yourself with people with a growth mindset and positive action? For example, if you meet a friend every day who is health conscious, then you will automatically start paying attention to your health. So, become network conscious. Choose who to spend time with and who not to. Now imagine if from today onwards, you surround yourself only with people with a growth mindset. So how much can your speed and success increase in a year? Let's go. Now, moving on to the last chapter, where we will extract the real essence of the entire journey. Chapter 20, Focus. Victory is certain. Ultimately, it all comes down to one thing: focus. Darius Farooz says focus isn't just about attention. It's about ignoring everything else. Focus means listening to the voice of your dreams even amid the noise of the world. For example, if you, like an archer, concentrate only on your target, then no matter how strong the winds are, you will not miss your target. Focus takes you from average to extraordinary. Focus takes you from noise to truth. With focus, you can achieve what others can only dream about. Now think, if you focus just a little better every day from today onwards, then which version of yourself will you see in front of you in the next few years? Final conclusion: change focus, change your life. Now that you are at the last point of this journey, close your eyes and think for a while. So many things have changed during this entire journey. Your way of thinking, your priorities, your relationship with yourself. Now you know that the real power does not lie in conquering the outside world. It's about winning your mind, your energy, and your focus. You saw how small daily decisions lead to big goals, how consistency creates miracles, even when the situation seems boring, and how mindset can turn every defeat into a new beginning. Focus on What Matters wasn't just a book. It was a mirror in which you saw your true potential. Now the question is not, what can you do? Now the only question is, will you choose the one that can truly change your life? The most beautiful part of this journey is that change is in your hands. No matter how many distractions there are, no matter how difficult the path seems, now you know that if the focus is right, then the destination is certain. So let's make a small promise today to ourselves, to our dreams, to our life, that I will become a little better every day. I will only focus on things that really matter. And I will get my name written among the winners, not among those who give up. If you like this journey, if this audiobook has brought even a little positive change in your thinking, then definitely take a small step. Subscribe to our channel